Hi, I wanted to come on real quick because I was just watching the news. It is, okay, let's see. How do I get just a screen for the time? I don't know, but it's Tuesday, March 8th. If you could see that, 11:37. Okay, so I was just watching the news and I had energy, which is rare. So I thought I would come on because they were talking, someone was talking from NATO. He was someone from NATO. It was a black man. I don't know who he was. But he was talking about how they're going to deliver weapons to Poland. I'm not sure. I know the United States has been delivering weapons to Poland. So I didn't catch who he was from, what country, but he was part of NATO. And he said he heard rumbles. Well, he didn't say that, but I said that. He heard rumbles of Russia going to bomb or target this shipment that is going to Poland for Ukraine to defend themselves against Russia. And it wasn't, they're having logistical problems trying to get fighter jets from Poland. Okay, everybody's saying, Poland, can you send fighter jets to Ukraine so that they could fly and shoot down the Russian fighter jets? Ukraine's president wanted NATO to declare a no-fly zone over Ukraine. He's desperate, of course. Why wouldn't he ask for that? But United States and the other NATO countries are like, we can't really do that, because if we do that, that means that if a Russian plane comes over Ukraine, we have to shoot it down. And if we shoot it down, that is against the NATO alliance rule, and it'll cause Russia to go after us, part of all the NATO countries. And then that will start World War III. So yes, we hate to see what's happening to Ukraine, but it'll be more lives will be lost. So I mean, it's a really bad situation to be in. However, this man on TV from NATO, I don't know again what country or who exactly he was, but he said he was a member of NATO. He says that he heard rumblings of Russia going to attack the shipment of missiles, a big fighting power that will go to Poland to give to Ukraine. So Ukraine has more fighting power against Russia, that Russia is going to target that in Poland. And he said, if they do that, if they attack Poland, then one of the NATO countries, it's a game changer. So once I heard that, this is where I get my visions from the news. So I heard that, and first I get a flash of like a movie screen that runs across my mind. And I'm not saying I'm going to be correct or not. And if I'm wrong, I have no ego. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You will just see what happens. But this is a way to check myself doing these videos, because I've always had clairvoyance, a knowing of what happens, things in the news prior to them coming on the news, or tidbits that aren't well known yet, but I hear something on the news and then I know the outcome of it. So that's where my clairs usually come in. So anyway, the movie screen that I saw, the vision I saw in my head was that is under planning, but the plan is for Putin to tell his people to do that. However, Putin is going to leave Russia. he is going to get out. He is going to hide. So it's going to be like, where's Brian Laundrie? Where's Putin? Kind of thing. Where's Waldo? He is going to say this. He is going to get his people, whatever lie he tells them, to bomb or attack Poland for these weapons, wherever these weapons are going to be shipped to in Poland, to be used for Ukraine. He is going to attack that. He's going to tell his people whatever lie he has to tell them to attack it. But in the meantime, he is going to skip out of town. He is going to get out of Russia. And he is going to go missing. And he was a KGB agent, so, you know, he has some wits about him on how to do that, how to become, you know, kind of like, wasn't Saddam Hussein like missing for like years, a long time, or hidden in a cave, you know, till they finally found him. So he will be the most wanted man in the world. Everybody will be looking for him. So what life is that? But he is going to be a coward, and he is going to ditch Russia, leave them, because once he does that to Poland, that is how World War III is going to start. And all NATO countries, United States, if they do decide to get involved, they may see the other countries do it first. They may help the other countries go attack Russia, you know, like behind the door kind of thing, like push them forward, help them, you know, not really shoot from United States, missiles from United States over there, but send troops to Poland, send troops to Germany or wherever. The United States may wait a bit to see what the other countries can do on their own. I don't know. That just came in, because they didn't really want to get into this war with Russia. However, they may have to. There may be so much pressure. And United States and Russia have the biggest war weapon power. So, you know, the United States may have to come to everybody's aid and just disintegrate is what I'm hearing. Russia, take it off the map. And poor people in Russia, because so many of them have you know, not approved of what Putin has done. And it's like illegal in Russia to say war, to protest the war. All these people are being put in jail for, I don't know, 15 years. Don't quote me, I'm not sure, but it's just awful. And because they're innocent, they don't approve of this. I mean, if you are a Russian, get out of Russian like ASAP, as of like last week. Like, go, get out, move on. And you know, it's just a. So that's what that's what I saw, is that Putin is going to do it, but he is going to go missing like Brian Laundrie. Yeah. You know, at this point, because he is such a narcissist that he can't admit that he was wrong. He can't admit that yes, he made a huge mistake doing this. Again, his brain is probably skewed a little bit for whatever reason. Or again, just, I don't know. His brain is skewed. So, but I think this is what is going to start the World War III. That being done. Could be wrong. Hope I'm wrong. Let's look at the cards, see what the cards say. So, oh shit. Will Russia attack the weapons that are going into Poland to give Ukraine a better leg up? Oh, let me get my sheet out so I know this is a sitting dragon. since this is not Rider Waite. Let me get my sheet out. So we have the swords. Sitting dragon is the knight. We have the Knight of Swords. Oh, hang on 1 minute, people. Okay. Alright. Alright. So, the Knight of Swords is someone who is very impatient. Yeah, I mean, swords are Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Putin is a Libra. So he is getting very impatient with this war. And, you know, he's done with all these setbacks. And I did see, I think it was Worldly News, saying that there is poor morale with the Russians. They're even sabotaging their own tanks. You know, the convoy that was halted, that was on its way to Ukraine, they don't want to die. You know, I'm sure there are, like I said in the previous video, there's good and bad cops. So there are, you know, power seeking, you know, bad soldiers that don't care about life and liberty, that will, you know, fight on. But then there are these young soldiers that don't want to die. You know, it's 2022. They don't want to be in a war, like a real war. You know, they don't want to do this. Okay? So this is Putin getting very impatient now. And he's getting, you know, like at first he wanted to win at all costs. And I think he's realizing that he's not going to win. So let's just, you know, fuck it, you know. I don't want to, if I'm going to lose, I'm going to take out whatever weapons they do have and possibly give us a better edge, Russia meaning, but we still might not win. So I'm getting out of Dodge. I'm getting out of town. And because once we hit all those weapons in Poland that are meant for Ukraine, World War III will happen. So I don't know where he thinks he's going to go. Switzerland, they say, is not being so neutral anymore because maybe he thought he could go to Switzerland with all the mountains there and hide in a cave. Don't quote me. I don't know if that's where he sent his family. He sent them somewhere to Siberia or Switzerland. I'm not quite sure where he sent his family, but he got them out of Dodge. And I guess he's got a mistress. He got her out of Dodge and her 2 kids, supposedly. Don't quote me. But he's going to get himself out of Dodge. Okay? So this is him getting very impatient. All right. Yeah. We have the World card. This to me is calling out to World War III. The ending. In a way, this is life as we know it. The end of the world almost is what is the word? The big apocalyptic thing. I don't know if the end will be like the big nuclear war ending, nuclear bombs. I'm not quite sure if I see that with people using nuclear weapons. So I saw it. I wanted to know like what happens if a nuclear bomb goes off, and I watched a YouTube video about it, and I guess, you know, within like a mile or 2 miles or kilometers, I'm not quite sure I'm not good at math, but 1.7 kilometers, I don't know how many miles that is or whatever, but within the first so many miles of where the nuclear bomb lands and the big puff of nuclear gases blows up, instantly millions of people die. So after that, the gases are in the air for approximately 3 days or something. Don't quote me. I have lupus, so I don't always remember everything very well. And so you have to stay in your house. Talk about lockdown, like I said before, where people worry about wearing masks, worry about the lockdown. We're going to wear, hazmat suits. Buy them now. But you'll have to stay within, best a brick building or a shelter, or stay inside. I'm like, oh, well, my building is brick, but these windows, they really leak. The heat is not kept in. I'm like, oh my gosh. But you have to stay where you're at for like 3 days or so, and then before you can even come outside. So, stock up on food. It's not good. I went on my computer and I transferred all my documents to my hard drive, my external hard drive, which I'm not a person that likes to promote panic or promote fear or whatever that, I'm trying to think of the word, whatever it is. But I did transfer all my documents on the computer to my hard drive external. I would suggest that. I did buy on my last 2 shoppings, grocery store shoppings, I did buy canned foods that you can eat, like tuna, canned chicken, right out of the can, Pop-Tarts, that kind of thing. I'm not going to go crazy about it, but I did stock up on water, that kind of stuff. Because you just never know. Besides, let's say they don't attack Poland with the weapons, but, the cyber attacks, I've had a vision of a blackout with the electric. I've had a vision of that. Just like Texas, I guess their electric grid went down. Well, not then, but just in the last month, I was having a vision of a blackout with electric. So, don't go crazy, but be a little prepared. So yeah, this is the world. I want to look up something. If you don't mind, hang on. Okay, I wanted to look up gold. I didn't have my sheet in front of me for the colors, but the spiritual meaning of gold is illuminating, a sacred, durable, precious. It's almost universally associated with the sun, the highest spiritual development. It's indestructible nature. Gold is indestructible, and it's magical. So, okay, and now I see the sun behind. So even though land, property can be ruined, the human spirit cannot be ruined. And I also did see on the news a mass that was taking place where the priest was praying to God for a miracle. And as I'm saying this, and as I saw my vision, which whether it's correct or not, it can always be changed. Energy is fluid. Minds are fluid. People can change their mind. People have free will. People don't have to listen to anyone if they don't want to. But we will survive this. We are all pieces of gold, pieces of God, pieces of the sun, which is Him. He's holding His hand up to God. As above, so below. Just like in the magician card. We will survive, and we will become better for it. Then we have, oh yes, we have the Chariot. We will move forward on this. This is determination. This is moving forward to a goal. This is overcoming. We will overcome this. So it's, what I'm hearing is this is Putin's impatience is why he's going to demand that they attack the weapons that are sent to Poland so that Ukraine cannot get a hold of them. Then we have the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, our elders, the ones that are still alive, if any, that took part in World War II. My father was military police, I think, in World War II. I know he was an MP in the war. So he was in the World War II and the Korean War. He lived to be 98. He died in 2018 on Christmas Eve. So, you know, I often wonder what he would think of all this. But we are going to have people, this is Ten of Pentacles, in the future, our children, our children's children are going to learn from us. This is going to be written in the history books. And as we learn history from World War II, people tell us, we will be telling our children about this World War III. You know, we will now be in, with all these flowers, we may treat our planet better because we will be starting kind of from a clean slate. But he is talking about the cities that were ruined. Yeah, and we have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is before the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is, you know, a happy family, happy home. But this is a well-deserved victory. See the warrior. He is using every last drop of love, of soul, of spirit that he has within him. See how wounded he is. I hope the sun comes out, because this is what Ukraine and the world is going through. This is your own, the Ten of Cups is like inheritance, you know, family, legacy, happy home, happy life. But the Nine of Cups is success through your own determination. So we're asking, like, what will happen if Russia does target the weapons in Poland that are to go to Ukraine? Oh, I'm like, wait, we got that card again. That was weird. That was really weird. I didn't see. How did I pick that up? The Ten of Pentacles again. How did I pick that up? I think it's telling us that history is repeating itself. How we survived from World War II, which I don't know, I wasn't there, but is how we will survive again. Then we have the Six of Pentacles. Okay. If you could see there, it looks like a gorilla there reaching down to this lady who is in hiding. And if you saw my last video on Ukraine and Putin, I was saying that the Ukrainians are kind of using guerrilla warfare against the Russian military because they don't have the power like Russian military has. So they have to use diversions and think on their feet and think outside the box. So the guerrilla warfare that they use, even though they are targeting Russian military and they are killing people, they really are tender and they really would rather, they're forced, this life or death. They're forced to do this. But in the end, they don't want to do this and they will use love in the end towards who's left. They even use love towards the soldiers that they capture. You know, they could just kill them. I think they were just bad-mouthing the one that was sitting there on the step crying, if you saw that video. They were like, you fucking asshole, you know, how could you do this to us? You know, what the fuck, you know? We weren't doing anything. We were just minding our own fucking business. And the soldier was sitting there crying, I'm sorry. We were told we were lied to. You know, so they, you know, after they yell at him, but they're not going to like cut his throat or hang him from a noose or do anything evil. You know, they're going to use compassion. And this came out in my last reading, the Eight of Wands. This is a lot of communication going back and forth with a lot of countries. A lot is happening. You know, it's coming out of the books. They're looking, you know, what happened in history. They're using the lessons that they learned, and maybe that's why this card came up again. Maybe they're talking to people, or just, you know, looking at videos, or just trying to learn from the lessons of previous wars. You know, what worked, how did it end? And I know people that are really good at war are training the Ukrainians. Okay? Alright, yes, and I don't know what card it was, but in my last reading, it was the Hierophant, I think, yes. And the two fingers were pointing at each other. And this is the Ace of Wands. Wands are about action, aggression, but they're very spiritual. And the two fingers in the Hierophant, you know, I guess I could try to look for the card for you, but one was Ukraine and one was Russia. Well, Russia has more military, so they're in armor, but Ukraine has more spirit. So the one that is closer to God, is what I'm hearing, will win. God is going to intervene. I was looking at the back of this card, and for whatever reason, it looked like chains to a door. You know, that God is going to open the door to spirit. He is going to open up the heavens to come down and help. Oh, and this is so interesting. Oh my gosh. Heaven is going to help. And do you know what card this is? The Devil. This is going to be the biggest reboot. Sorry, my camera stopped. This is going to be the biggest review in humanity ever. You thought COVID was bad? I did a video on COVID, And at that point, it was God trying to reset people, trying to wake up people to change their ways, not that I wanted anyone to die, or not that God wanted anyone to die, but anyway, you can watch that video. It was for God to try to show us that materialistic things, hate, anger, evilness is not what He wants for our world. He wants, like I've said before, you can't have good without bad. You can't have joy without sadness. You need duality in the world, okay? But this is evil. This is devil. This is going beyond just being mean, okay? So COVID didn't reset this world, so now we're here. There's still greed, there's still evil. This is being taken care of by the divine, the devil, Putin. And if you saw the last reading, one of the last cards was, what was that? Let me look. Let me see if I could find it. I could just pause the video. But hang on. And this was in my last reading, which was a David and Goliath moment, which I did see someone refer to that on a news channel. It's a David and Goliath moment, which, God did let David win. Okay, this for... Okay. Trying to find... Okay, this card. Yes. The Nine of Wands. This was the card of people coming back after this devil, Putin, obliterated Ukraine, and then we obliterate Russia. The people come back, as you can see in this card on the bottom. They come back one by one. And remember, I said in the last video, the book is unscathed because it's rewriting history again. We're starting from a new slate. Okay, and then... Okay, here were the fingers that I was saying before. I saw the fingers. One side was Ukraine and this side was Russia, and Putin, with his mind in disarray, was saying, I want Ukraine. I want Russia to attack Ukraine. And that's where this book now is on display. It's like in a museum. It's in like the history books. It's on display. This is what we will learn. And hopefully we will reassess how we treat each other, how we treat our planet with love, and respect everything. I forget what my first question was, but so this is what will happen if Poland, if Russia does attack Poland, that we will go into a third war, is what I'm seeing. But we will come out of it scathed, yes. Russia ruined, yes. Ukraine ruined, yes. Many lives, many lands in chaos, yes. But in the end, we will come out better. We will win. Okay, where will Putin be when all this happens? Will he leave Russia? Will he be hiding? I was going to say red cards are yes and black cards are no, but this doesn't have it. Queen of Swords. He will be in the Queen of Swords. He will still seek revenge. Fucking motherfucker. But where will he be? And my battery is dying. He will be in the Nine of Wands. He will be wounded, warrior, wounded emotionally, wounded mentally. Yep. These cards flipped, so let me just see what these are really fast before the camera shuts off, if I can. Five of Swords. He shouldn't have started this battle. Oh, dang it, my battery died. So we have the Nine of Wands. Sorry. Yeah, so the Nine of Wands, he will be the wounded warrior. But this is the card usually that says don't give up. But he's done for. He's in the Queen of Swords. He is ruined. What was he at first? He was the Knight of Swords. Okay. But now he's going to be the Knight of Wands. He has broken his promise to Russia. Whatever he's promised to them, he's broke it. He exaggerated everything in the beginning, saying that, oh, Ukraine was against us, and then Poland was against us. You know, he exaggerated all these claims. The big lie. Remember? We talked about that? Oh. Hang on a minute. Alright, and then he will almost forever be in the Four of Swords. This is the guy laying on basically a coffin, praying. Forget praying, buddy. You might as well just get yourself in your coffin, because he is going to be so isolated. He is not going to rejuvenate. He may meditate and lay there. He could pray all he wants, but God sees him for what he is. He is not going to heaven. He will be in eternal hell. Sorry to be so blunt. And we have the Five of Swords. So a lot of swords energy going on. Yeah. He is the Five of Swords. I'm trying to think of the picture of when I look at this, well, this deck. I'm trying to remember the Five of Swords. Oh yeah, that's the guy leaving with 3 and the 2 swords are standing up. So it is about deceit. He deceived his people, which brought on this whole unnecessary situation. And it brought about all this destruction. It's also when the guy is leaving. And remember in the beginning, I said he's going to leave Dodge. He's going to get out of Dodge. That's the Five of Swords. Yep. He is going to leave. He is going to be the most wanted man in the world. So good luck to that. Yeah. He may be found years later, you know, like 500 pounds or something, 400 pounds, you know, just trying to change his identity. But like, where would he get the food? Let me think about that. I don't know if he's in a cave somewhere. Yeah, he just, you know, what's the saying, like, what's it, bite off your nose despite your face kind of thing. Yeah, when ego takes over. When ego is bigger than anything, this is what could happen. Like this is of course on a grand scale, but yeah, this is how I feel World War III will start. Now again, energy is fluid, people's minds are fluid, things can change, but at this moment, this is the intuitive hit that I got watching that man just make a few comments on the news. And I hope I am wrong. I have no problem being wrong. I have no ego, but this is what I see. So let's just pray together. Even if you're not religious, you can hope. All right. As I look over here at my little cross is calling to me. It says faith is being sure of what we hope for and certain of what we do not see. So let's just have faith. You don't have to be religious. But as I said, hope. You know, my eyes went up to my cross. Let's just hope. Have hope. All right. God bless. Take care. See you soon.